To end the year of 2024, my partner, her family and I drove from Christchurch to Wanaka to celebrate New Year's Eve in Wanaka. For this trip, I brought with me the Olympus Tough TG6, the Olympus OMD EM5 Mark II, and the Panasonic LX100 Mark II. On our first day heading to Wanaka, we stopped by at Burkiss Pass, where I took some photographs of the vintage scenery. Soon after that, we stopped by Lake Tekapo to grab some lunch and take some additional photographs of the Church of the Good Shepherd. No surprise, there was a lot of tourists, making it complicated to capture the church itself. Across the lake, a lot of people have stacked up some stones for some odd reason, and I could smell the erotic sense of marijuana in the air. After lunch, we stopped by Lake Bukaki viewpoint to photograph the lake with Mount Cook in the background. The skies have been clear in this altitude, and the weather has been very nice. Our final stop for the day, before heading into Wanaka, was the Clay Cliffs in Omarama. The last time I was here was with another photographer back in 2020, when we were photographing the night sky of the Clay Cliffs. This time around, it's been a warm sunny day, almost like spending a day in the Grand Canyon on a summer day. After my partner expressed her exhaustion, we got back into the car and drove to Wanaka, where we had dinner and called it a day. The next morning, I got up nice and early to walk down to the Wanaka tree to take some photographs. There were some people there, but I waited patiently to get the best photos. The one factor that troubled me was the sandflies that were biting my legs. Later that day, we went down to the lake for a swim, and I took some photographs both above and below the water. For lunch, we stopped by at a local bakery for some pies, had some dinner, and later that evening, and called it a day. On the third day, we drove over to Queenstown to catch up with one of my friends who happened to be in Queenstown for the day. On the way there, I asked my partner to stop by the Crown Range Summit, as I wanted to capture some landscape photographs. The weather started to cool down as we were expecting rain to arrive later that day. By the time we got to Queenstown, we caught up with my friend and his wife, grabbed some lunch, and then we took some photos out in Queenstown. Afterwards, we drove over to Arrowtown to take some photos. Unfortunately, because of the rain pouring down, it managed to destroy my EM5 Mark II. On New Year's Eve, I didn't take that many photos, but the next day we started the year by visiting Cromwell. After getting some Mexican, my partner and I stopped by the Heritage Precinct to explore the history of Cromwell. With the LX100 Mark II, I got some photos I was more than happy with. One interesting historical feature of Cromwell is that part of the town has sank into the lake, while other buildings of the town have been buried underground. After going to Cromwell, we went to Wanaka Lavender Farm to smell the fresh lavender. The purple colors really stood out, and the smell of lavender was oh so sweet. Before returning home on the 2nd of January, we stopped by the Benmore Dam, and I took some photographs. Throughout our time in Wanaka, we had a nice sunny day apart from our one trip to Queenstown, where my camera was unfortunately damaged. But I made a smart decision to bring a spare camera, which was my Panasonic, as a backup camera. The weather had been really good, and I'm glad that we went and spent some time out in Wanaka during the summer.